Good afternoon, South Elgin High School. I'm Nicole Maslon.
And I'm Max Patrick, and welcome back to Storm News.
It's Wednesday, November 9th, and we'll be covering a wide variety of topics,
including Veterans Day, a food shortage at McDonald's, and much, much more coming right at you.
Storm News starts
right now.
As Veterans Day approaches, it's important to know what it means to the school. To talk a little bit more about a supply drive for Veterans Day, we have Numa.
For Veterans Day, I decided to visit the Veterans Memorial in Bartlett and looked into how the school is honoring these veterans. The Student Council is holding a supply drive from November 1st to November 11th. They are accepting things like deodorant, disposable razors, toothbrushes, and toothpaste. The donation box can be found in the main office. Ms. Lawson, organizer of the military visits, says that the drive...
I think it's great. I think it's an opportunity to give back to the people that, served our country before they were even born, I mean, these are the wars and the times that these men and women served that they're learning about.
Don't know whether to donate? Mr. Thornton, teacher at South Elgin and Army veteran, says that the students' efforts...
Just because, veterans want to feel valued in what they've done in serving their country.
He also explains that
even just giving a thank you to a veteran for their service goes a long way.
The Bartlett Memorial honors these veterans by engraving their names on stones and benches. Mr. Thornton also gives advice for students looking for a career in the military.
To weigh your options and think about it carefully in deciding, which branch is going to serve you best. Also think about after the military and consider, what type of benefits you're going to get from each of the different branches.
There's still time to donate to the Student Council's Veterans Day Drive. And if you can't, do what Mr. Thornton said and thank a veteran. For Storm News, I'm Numa Sayed.
Thanks, Numa. To get even more into Veterans Day, we have Olivia Warren, who talked to the band about their plans for the event.
Veterans Day is on November 11th, and the South Elgin Band is playing Amazing Grace to commemorate those who have served.
Transport people mentally to a different spot, whether it's a memory from their childhood, whether it's remembering someone, a lost one that might have been a veteran.
Many students don't understand the true importance of why everyone should celebrate these brave Americans on Veterans Day.
And so music in general, especially patriotic music, sort of brings back those like the good old days, memories for veterans.
This Friday, make sure you thank a veteran for their service. From Storm News, I'm Olivia Warren.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm always excited to see what the band has in store for us.
College visits are a huge deal for students this time of the year.
Let's see who's taking the initiative with Amon and Anthony.
With the new year here at South Elgin High School brings in a new wave of juniors and seniors in this 22 to 23 school year. This also means that students have to start planning for after high school, such as colleges. Fortunately, South Elgin gives multiple opportunities to look at colleges through college visits by announcements on email and on TVs placed around the school. But this also brings the question of, do students utilize these visits? So today, we sat down with Allie Roback, a representative from Augustana College, to see if she thought students utilized these visits.
Being here as long as I was, I would say no. I wish I would have gotten more students, but I mean, that's okay. I mean, any high school visit is good and any interaction is good, so. I think we could have gotten a little bit more, but I mean, so many high schools do their visits differently, so it really just kind of depends, and depends on the day and kind of the week. So I think it was fine, yeah.
Well, there you have it. My name is Anthony Nicholas with Storm News, and that's all you guys need to know for college visits here at South Elgin High School. Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Now here with the weather forecast is Elton and Minnie. Take it away, Elton.
Thanks, guys. Hi, I'm Elton and Minnie for the weather. And this week, it's going to be slightly cloudy with highly varying temperatures going from a high of 73 on Thursday to a low of 16 on Sunday. It is looking after we have the 2 days of very nice weather, we will have to bust out the old winter jackets and clothing in order to stay comfortable during the end of fall and the beginning of winter. That seems to be it for the weather. Once again, I am Elton and Minnie for the weather. Thank you.
Thanks, Elton. I'll be sure to dress warm as we head into the winter.
Now we move into sports with David.
Winter sports have arrived. Basketball, bowling, competitive cheer and dance, boys swimming, and wrestling are starting soon if they have not already. Our boys football team played their final game last Friday against Maine South with an unfortunate defeat, marking the end of the season. Today, our boys bowling team will go to Stream with the face-off against Glenbard East at 4 p.m. Our girls dive team will be in Westmont for the IHSA State Swim Meet on Friday and Saturday, with times still set to be determined. We wish them the best of luck. The Men's FIFA World Cup set in Qatar starts in 11 days, with soccer fans around the world preparing for the traditional sports event. That's all I have for sports. Back to Max and Nicole.
Thanks, David. Compelling as always.
Getting into some local news, we join Katrina Leith and Eltona Mini as they explore a growing national food shortage and its effects at a local McDonald's.
McDonald's all over the nation have been selling out of Happy Meals aimed at adults and other related items in very high amounts. So we came to the McDonald's in South Elgin to interview the manager on why he thinks these items are in such high demand.
My name is Erlich Ortiz. I am the general manager in this restaurant for the past 9 years. There's many ways they're advertising for McDonald's, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and they know in advance about the new current promotions, and they are prepared. McDonald's Corporation has an agreement nationwide. For every Happy Meal that we sold, $1 is donated to the Ronald McDonald House charity. Some customers, they really understand very well what happened because it's out of our hands. We're running out the product and we don't have enough product to satisfy every single customer nationwide. I think sometimes it's unexpected and it's out of control for us hands. So we don't have access to get more product and more product according to we need it. So we need to wait until they have a limit for us.
As McDonald's employees try to work hard to keep up with the demand, the supply seems to be running thin. From Storm News, I'm Eltoni Mini.
Sounds rough. I hope things get better before they get worse over there.
Speaking of local, I happened to visit Gail Borden Library with Caitlin Prickett to discover more about the events that they hold over there.
Today we're here at Gail Borden Library to find out more about the events that they hold and how you can be a part of them. They hold a plethora of them so that anybody can join and feel like a real part of their community. To learn more about these events, we discussed them with Denise Raleigh, their Chief of Public Relations and Development.
There are a multitude of programs for people of all ages. You know, that's one thing that's wonderful about a public library. We've got something for all ages, and our newsletter is packed with those. We kind of we view ourselves as a community center. We're the place for all the resources. We're the literary hub, hopefully, that's our core, but we also are the place where ideas get shared. So we have different divisions in the library that target different groups. Like we have kids space, we have information services for adults, we have Studio 270 for kids in high school. Please give it a try. And we have the marketplace, which is just our hottest items that go out. It's got one of the highest checkout rates. We have Library of Things for people who don't want to read but want a karaoke machine. We have one of our first time, we have a community ofrenda that's on our second floor, which is a Mexican heritage tradition that this is the first time we've had an ofrenda of this size, and we'll have that up for 2 more weeks as part of our respect for celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. We also have, we sit on the memorial that's in our backyard, and so we get to take part in the Veterans Day activities that the city puts on, and we're so happy to be where we are located because we get to take part in those kind of things. We also have a number of people who work here that are veterans.
For our final segment for the day, we have Aubrey to discuss what people are doing for Veterans Day.
Veterans Day, a day to celebrate and honor those who've served. I went around the school asking what people do for Veterans Day and their opinions.
What are you doing for Veterans Day? For Veterans Day, we are appreciating my dad because he's a veteran.
We put up our American flag and we go to our nearby Veterans Memorial to pay respects to the people who served.
We are broadcasting our Veterans Day themed news broadcast.
Whether you see it as a day to relax or a day of praise, veterans still deserve appreciation for all they've done for the country. So what are some ways that we can show that appreciation?
I would just say, even just like keeping them in mind.
I think putting up an American flag and saying thank you to veterans you're related to will go a long way.
But even just whenever you see a veteran on the street, just be like, thank you for your service.
We should always remember to keep those who serve for our country in mind, not just for Veterans Day, but in general. So if that's putting up a flag or giving thanks, the simplest thing can make a difference. So to all the veterans out there, happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service.
Well, that's all the time we have today.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Storm News.